When someone tries to interact with another person based only on their stated preferences, they often hit a confusing wall. The words someone uses might not fully reflect what truly motivates them. The approach they describe can seem socially ideal and emotionally safe, but it isn't the approach that sparks genuine interest or deep connection. It's not the approach that changes their expression, draws them closer, or makes them truly focus on you. This is where many lose their way following spoken words instead of tuning into unspoken instincts, because what people say they want and what they actually respond to can be very different. The space between these two things is where real connection either grows or fades. In today's world, many face a quiet struggle. They try to be extremely accommodating, always available, endlessly kind. They believe that being as agreeable as possible will make them the obvious choice. They aim to be the perfect partner, the one who never disappoints, never challenges, never causes friction. But this very effort can undermine what they hope to build. They might be seen as useful but not essential, pleasant but not compelling, comfortable but not magnetic. And underneath, they sense it. They feel that the more perfect they try to be, the less noticeable they become. Research in human behavior reminds us of something foundational, even if modern dialogue sometimes overlooks it. Human attraction and partnership preferences have been shaped over a long history. Cultural narratives, social media trends, and stated opinions don't erase these deep currents. Across cultures, certain traits consistently resonate: purpose, ambition, confidence, stability, capability, and a sense of security. Kindness alone, without strength, boundaries, or direction, often registers as mere convenience, not as compelling attraction. People generally don't want a flawless partner. They want a grounded, centered partner. And being centered is not the same as being passive. The uncomfortable truth many never hear is straightforward. It might sound surprising, but many people respect and are drawn to a framework that is respectful yet firm, selective, and clear. They don't want someone who molds themselves entirely to another's will. They want someone with a strong sense of self. They aren't looking for someone who abandons their identity to please others. They are drawn to someone whose identity is solid enough that they don't need to compromise their core to maintain a connection. The person who tries only to please often loses footing. The person who maintains healthy emotional territory often gains respect. This isn't about aggression, domination, or unwarranted coldness. It's about something more profound: the ability to maintain your own stability and standards while offering genuine warmth selectively. Many shy away from this. They fear losing connection, being seen as too harsh, or being misunderstood. But when you understand how human psychology often operates, you see the real risk isn't in being firm, it's in never fully being yourself. From this point, everything shifts, because the dynamic that fosters genuine attraction doesn't start with the other person. It starts with you. A common misstep is offering premium treatment to someone who treats you as disposable. The decline often begins at the same point, when you decide to give someone a priority position they haven't earned. You give attention before receiving interest. You offer care without reciprocity. You build expectations where no commitment exists. Unconsciously, you place yourself lower in the emotional dynamic. When this happens, attraction often diminishes. The other person instinctively senses they're interacting with someone who lacks sufficient internal foundation, someone who orbits around them rather than lives their own life. Nothing dampens interest faster than realizing you've voluntarily taken a subordinate position. The hard truth: treating someone like royalty when they treat you like an option turns you into an accessory, not a true choice. The practical takeaway is clear. Never offer committed partnership-level energy to someone who behaves casually. Before increasing your investment, observe if they respect you, respond to you, and prioritize you. Respect must precede significant investment, and reciprocity should come before giving more. Human behavior studies explain this with precision. Historically, people have filtered potential partners through markers of perceived stability and capability, direction, decisiveness, emotional strength. These are deep-rooted signals of safety. When you position yourself as emotionally inferior when you yield excessively, hesitate constantly, or seek to please before being respected, it can be perceived as weakness. And weakness rarely sparks attraction. Studies reinforce that people are often drawn to assertive, confident, and decisive partners because it conveys an instinctive sense of security, which is a powerful driver of desire. The application is straightforward. Stop constantly asking what they want to do. Sometimes decide, declare, and direct. Suggesting a plan without seeking permission creates an atmosphere of leadership that many find naturally engaging. This is where the first major shift happens. Many believe the secret is to pamper, please, and smooth everything over. They think more affection and availability will make them more desired. But the opposite is often true. People don't want to be indulged without reason, they want to be engaged with clarity. In short, they want to be understood, but not at the cost of you abandoning your own framework. Apply this objectively. Validate their feeling, but maintain your position. Say clearly, I understand what you're feeling, but that doesn't work for me. This mix of support and boundary creates a powerful impact. Tension and respect increase when you understand what truly builds emotional safety. It's not the person who accepts everything, but the one who knows how to confront issues with respect. It might sound counterintuitive, but many feel safer beside someone who doesn't yield to every whim, doesn't play the victim, and doesn't lose control. When you address a behavior, don't accept disrespect, and set boundaries calmly, it's often read as presence, strength, and maturity. It's a form of emotional leadership that may never be verbally praised but is deeply respected. This is the part where you need to get involved. If this is making sense, smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't, and share this with your friends. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. When faced with tests, drama, or exaggeration, don't argue, over-explain, or try to convince. Simply state a boundary with short, clear phrases, I don't engage when it's like this, or if this continues, this isn't for me. It's simple, clean, and effective. Research supports this. A University of Texas study showed that people are considered more attractive when they display high emotional stability, especially in conflict. Emotional outbursts and oversubmission are both seen as failures of control. Mastering your own reactivity makes you more valuable because you create predictability. And emotional predictability can quietly fuel desire. Apply this directly. Practice pausing before responding. Get a provocative message. Stop for a moment. Breathe. Act based on who you are, not the emotion of the moment. This balance becomes powerful when you apply what we can call warmth with edges. The rule is simple and transforms dynamics: kindness for those who respect you, polite distance for those who test you without consideration, and clears space in the face of obvious disrespect. This contrast creates the perception that you are a good person, but not one to be taken for granted, accessible but not manipulable, warm but never weak. This is the approach that often isn't asked for, isn't openly admitted, but is silently respected. It separates the compelling individual from the overlooked one. The ultimate self-sabotage is treating another person as a rare prize while viewing yourself as just another hopeful competitor. This imbalance destroys perceived value. The human mind is highly sensitive to emotional positioning. When you place yourself beneath someone, they notice. When you show neediness, curiosity wanes. When you offer too much too soon, the desire to earn your interest fades. The mistake isn't liking someone. The mistake is liking them more than you value your own life. The simplest and most powerful shift you can make today is this: replace the mindset of I hope to be chosen with I am also evaluating. This internal change alters your gaze, posture, silence, and decisions. It's a subtle repositioning that others sense before you speak. Social psychology confirms this. Attraction isn't just emotion, it's tied to perceived social value. Studies show that individuals who are desired by others are often seen as more attractive and confident, the social proof effect. When your life is full with purpose, goals, friends, and horizons, it signals high value. High value increases interest. Conversely, hiding your life, dropping your routines, and being overly available signals the opposite, that you aren't in demand. Apply this objectively. Make it clear that your life exists and is moving forward. Show that you have goals larger than any single relationship and that they are getting to know a complete person, not filling a void. Here's the expectation break that confuses many. People don't want to be your entire world. They want to join a world that's already in motion. When you drop everything for them, cancel plans, live for their messages, and abandon your rituals, it's often read not as romance but as dependency. And dependency stifles attraction. What truly awakens desire is the sense that your life is engaging enough that they want to be part of it. When they realize you are choosing them, not idolizing them, the dynamic shifts completely. Apply this with discipline. Keep your schedule, your commitments, your projects. Don't rearrange everything at the slightest invitation. Don't offer your constant availability as proof of affection. The person who stays in motion generates continuous interest. Studies reinforce this. Research indicates people value selective partners more than overly available ones as long as the selective partner remains responsive. Selectivity is read as value. Indiscriminate availability is read as weakness. You can like someone, you can invest, but never place your life on a pedestal lower than their momentary whims. That loses the tension that sustains attraction. Show interest, but show that your life doesn't revolve around them. Be present, but not captive. Interested, but not surrendered. All this condenses into a straightforward method, the axis of choice. Ask 3 questions about any relationship. First, do they respect my boundaries? Second, do they improve or drain my energy? Third, if I had other options, would I choose this person again? These questions cut through illusion, align your actions with your value, and prevent you from giving premium energy to someone who adds nothing to your world. Final stretch. If you've made it this far, you're serious about growth. Show your support, like, subscribe, share, and comment with the word clarity if you're ready to apply this. In conclusion, it might sound surprising, but the right way to treat someone is the way that protects your own integrity first. The central truth is this: people generally don't want to be placed on a fantasy throne. They want to be treated with respect within the psychological space of someone who respects themselves first. When you diminish yourself, you lose standing. When you give without criteria, you lose impact. When you reshape yourself to fit their desires, you lose exactly what might make you desirable. The right approach begins before you even think about them. It begins with you. As thought leaders like Jordan Peterson emphasize, personal responsibility is the foundation of a dignified life. This applies directly here. Before figuring out how to treat someone else, you must learn to treat yourself as someone of value. If your life is disordered, reactive, and without purpose or boundaries, no external technique will feel authentic. The respect you seek from others is born from the respect you cultivate for yourself. When you are internally aligned, attraction stops being a performance and becomes a natural consequence. The turning point is inevitable. When you start acting like someone who carries real value, everything changes: your communication, your posture, your emotional rhythm. You stop trying to please and start making selections. You let go of fear and adopt criteria. You abandon idolization and assume healthy leadership in interactions. Others notice this immediately, not because your words are different, but because your energy is. Here's a direct, transformative step. For the next 7 days, instead of asking, "What can I do to please them?" ask, "What would a person of high value do in this situation?" This single question reorganizes your conduct. It changes your responses, your tone, your patience, your gaze. It eliminates neediness and installs presence. It's an exercise in realignment that separates the person who chases from the person who naturally attracts. If you want to master these practical structures deeply, to learn step by step how to set boundaries, respond to tests, identify genuine interest, and adjust your posture and communication to convey value wordlessly, then the next level of training exists. These advanced techniques, based on real psychology and modern dynamics, go beyond what free content can offer. If you're ready to move past amateur understanding and take real control of your personal dynamics, the link to our comprehensive guide is in the description and pinned comment. One last time, if this video added value to you, let us know. Like, subscribe, share with someone who needs this, and comment below. Your engagement is what keeps this channel going. Thank you for watching.